Here's your daily dose of history. These events happened on May 8th. In 1541, Spanish explorer Hernando de Soto, who played a major role in Pizarro's conquest of Peru in 1533, becomes the first known European to reach the Mississippi River. He dies of a fever a year later on the western bank of the Mississippi. In 1846, U.S. General Zachary Taylor, nicknamed Old Rough and Ready, defeats Mexican forces at the Battle of Palo Alto during the Mexican-American War. He is elected U.S. President in 1848, but dies in office in 1850. Taylor is the second president to die in office, 9 years after another famous general turned president, William Henry Harrison. Taylor's vice president, Millard Fillmore, becomes the next president. Fillmore's biggest claim to fame was that he was president for the Compromise of 1850, which dealt with the newly acquired territories from the Mexican-American War. Among other things, it makes California a state and New Mexico and Utah U.S. territories. In honor of President Millard Fillmore, Utah's territorial capital is named Fillmore and is located in Millard County. Fillmore doesn't last long as Utah's capital. In 1856, it is moved to Salt Lake City, but the old territorial capitol building still stands in Fillmore today. In 1945, 8 days after Adolf Hitler's death, the Allies accept Germany's unconditional surrender in World War II. The day is known as VE Day. German Chancellor Adolf Hitler had committed suicide a little over a week earlier. Hitler's will named Karl Dönitz, head of the German Navy, as his successor. It's Dönitz who agrees to the surrender. In 1981, Lionel Richie and Diana Ross meet at a Reno, Nevada recording studio at 3:30 a.m., where they record vocals for the song Endless Love, needed quickly so it can be inserted into the film of the same name. Richie flew in from Los Angeles, and Ross drove after her concert in Lake Tahoe. A few years later, Richie and Ross and others record another big hit in the wee hours of the morning. This time it was in Los Angeles right after the Grammys in 1985, when they recorded We Are the World. If you haven't seen Netflix's 2024 documentary about the recording of We Are the World, it is definitely worth your time. It's called The Greatest Night in Pop. In 2013, Jodi Arias is convicted of the brutal 2008 murder of her ex-boyfriend Travis Alexander in Mesa, Arizona, and is sentenced to life in prison without the possibility of parole in 2015. The case gained national media attention and generated 2 Lifetime movies. At the time of the murder, we were living in the neighborhood across the street from the neighborhood where Alexander was killed. Something rather strange happened to me not long after the case began getting national attention. Our neighborhood had those cluster mailboxes, and I was picking up our mail when a vehicle with out-of-state plates pulled up. The driver rolled down the window, and I saw a rather normal-looking couple inside that must have been in their 50s. They said that they had a question for me and prefaced this with, "This may sound weird, but..." They then asked if I knew which house the Jodi Arias murder had occurred in. I looked at them with a face that clearly indicated that I found the question to be both weird and creepy. I told them I did not know, but that it was somewhere in the area. Not sure if they found what they were looking for. Don't forget to check out Today in History in my Teachers Pay Teachers store. There's a link in the description. Which of these events did you find most interesting? Let me know in the comments. Also, please be sure to like and subscribe. It really helps me out. And you can find another great Mr. Lewis video here and another one right here. Thanks for watching.